Hey guys, welcome back to another video for Season 40, War 1. New season, new global. For this war, bands are Kitty, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Kingpin. The global bands for the season are Ghost and Quake, and the band immune champs for the season are Hercules and Human Torch. I will be entering with a team of Nick Fury, Omega Red, and Sabretooth. In Section 1, I'll be starting on Path 7 for the Valkyrie, then moving to the Korg on Node 23. In Section 2, I'll be back on Path 7, and then finishing up with the Nick Fury on Node 51. This first fight here, relatively short, easy. The only thing you really have to watch out for is Valkyrie purifying the stuns from the parries or the weaknesses or the fatigues from the Standing in Fear node. I'm going to be putting on a advanced power boost here because if I do need to throw a special to get the flourish buffs off of her from the defensive global, I'd rather throw a special 2 than a special 1 and lose all my spores. But realistically, with how it's going, that's not going to be a worry here. She's just got the one flourish. I'm not sure why it didn't trigger there. Who knows with new globals, but yeah. Quick fight. The one thing that I was worried about with Omega Red is that you don't really attack enough to get the neutralizes up. That's why I wanted to have the ability to throw a special 2 if in that fight or this fight here against Korg that just get too many flourishes and can't really manage their power. So here I was able to get a guidance pre-fight so I don't have to worry about him shrugging anything at the beginning. I can slow play it just to get as many spores up as possible. But yeah, he's being a little defensive and backing off. Lock in 19 there, but he's up to 4 flourish charges. It could hit his block, but he's not having it. He's still getting quite a bit of power from the flourish, even though it's a power focus 2 node. So either need to hit his block or throw a special here. Heavy into a special 2, remove all those flourishes. Hit his block there a couple times, and then I back off, get rooted, so the second part of my heavy misses, but luckily done enough spores that he's just going to melt. A little sloppy, but you know, first war, things happen. Next up is a Kingpin. I believe I took this fight last season. Just slow play at the beginning to get the spores up so you can prevent any shrugging. And then just try to keep it up as much as possible. But it can be an annoyance because Kingpin does get, you know, the extra power gain from any debuffs on him. So yeah, not a whole lot of spores here at the beginning, but you know, it's still doing a pretty good job. Able to heavy counter Kingpin special 1 pretty easily. Yeah, hope we get another special out of him, but yeah, it's pretty much going to do it. Didn't get, you know, many spores up here. Don't know why I just didn't combo into it and finish him there, but Omega Red just pretty much demolishes any fight we're able to parry and heavy and slow play at the beginning. Here, I'm going to be taking this Quicksilver with Nick Fury. At the beginning, I'm going to be testing if the bleed debuffs get through the protection. If they do, I'm not going to worry about heavying him. I'll just let the special 1s knock him down. Otherwise, if the bleeds don't do full damage, I'll need to heavy him. But looking at that 3,800 a tick damage, I don't need to worry about knocking him down other than a special 1 here. Just to keep up the evade, counter, do the tactical charges, and thankfully he throws a special 2 there without much baiting. he's just going down really fast. I wasn't too worried here because I didn't take recoil off for Nick Fury. That's why I had the combat regen, which helps but doesn't really do a whole lot, you know, when you're just taking all that poison damage. The one thing in that fight, if you're not using an evade counter or a guaranteed crit champion, I do believe Quicksilver's evade out of a stun counts as a purification. So if he was able to do that 3 times, he'd go unblockable, and you would not have a great time. So next up, we've got this Nick Fury, also taking this with Omega Red. I was able to get another guidance here. I'm going to be swapping over to invulnerability boost just in case I get a lot of blocked hits in second Nick. The other thing to watch out for is that the Flourish do enhance any power gains from Conflictor. If I was to heavy him while I was under 10 charges or so and it did trigger. Yeah, able to get 19 spores locked in here, so pretty good start. Hoping he comes into me here. So, looks like the first life he is going to go pretty well as long as he throws a special. But we do trigger Puncture Prowess there because we do 2 heavies in a row. Hoping he was going to be a little bit further down there, so I'm able to lock in the spores before he went second life. But yeah, now we're at 9 spores, so there's a small risk that Conflictor will get triggered from a heavy. And there we are at 7, and it did trigger. We only had a 70% chance to turn off any purifications, but no, luckily he's down far enough, and we were able to get a special 2 off, and he's just gonna get finished off pretty easily there. So not a whole lot to worry about. Omega Red still, just destroys champions. But yeah, that's it for me. 5 fights this first war. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, we'll see how the global goes the rest of the season. Thanks for watching.